Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is January 31st, 2025, and this is my March to a Million in my virtual account. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. Because this works here in this virtual account doesn't mean it's going to work in a live account. I already know based on some of the fields that I'm getting, they are filling at mid. Usually in a live account, you will not get these mid fields that I'm getting, and all. You will be getting fills at the natural, more than likely. And the other thing that can also happen with this trade and trading the number of contracts that I'm trading, you may get partial fills, meaning that you placed an order for 100 contracts and you might only get 10 filled. This is something I'm just giving you a warning. Do not try doing this trade before practicing, before checking with your broker, but checking with your financial advisor. Actually make sure you understand what you're doing, because this trade can go really bad. It will blow your account and all. That's enough of that. Enough of the fear stuff and all. But let's take a look and see how I did this week and how I'm doing so far. This is the end of January. So I'm going to kind of sum up the month too at the end, what I've learned and what I see and all, and plus go over the charts for this week and take a look at the account for this week. Last week I didn't do a great look at didn't do a real close analysis of the account, what had happened there, because it ended up being a loss week, and I did that happen because I allowed, and again I say I allowed one contract to expire in the money, and I want to see what worst case look like, and I got to see what worst case look like. It's something. It's enough to scare me where I know not to let that happen. Now it got me where I'll be more, again, I like seeing this type of stuff and seeing what could happen and that's why I do it in the virtual account. I'm hoping, yes, I can say hope in this case, to get some trades that go really bad and see how I react, and allowing trades to go really bad to just see how they look in the account and how they impact the account. That's one of the things that, again, just me calculating the numbers and going through that and think back. I like seeing it in the live market because I want to see I coulda, woulda, shoulda did this and all, and it would have been all right. I like going through that type of stuff and seeing it, and now it makes it where it's not going to be any woulda, coulda, shoulda. I know based on what I've seen already here practicing in this virtual account, when I see my profit, I need to take my profit. When I see my 25%, I need to take my 25%. If I see look like it can go to $1 and I'm close to that dollar, maybe take that dollar, maybe take that 95 cents or that 85 cents instead of trying to hit it all the way. Because again, anything can happen in the market, and we're going to see that just based on what happened today and some of these days this week. All right, let's just jump right over to the charts and go over that right quick. And this is Friday. Let's go back to Monday. Monday was a good day. Monday the thing was this week I did do iron condors all week. I did do my 10-watt spreads all week like I was supposed to, and I got out a couple trades late and but I ended up taking that 25% or close to that 25% though when that stuff started happening. So that's kind of like really summed up the week what happened. But let's take a quick look at the charts iron condor, 215 credit, $1.15 and that's the other thing. I am okay with what I'm seeing and what I'm posting here, because I see, if I was in these trades live, they definitely would have executed at the price at the numbers that I'm actually putting out here. I even saw better numbers than this in live accounts. So I'm okay with that. The only thing I know about on the closing of the trades, usually it's going to take a little bit longer than what I'm seeing. It's just, again, a lot of times these are closing at mid. All right, but on this day, 9:40 into the trade, 10:24 out of the trade, dollar credit next day. Again, iron condor like I wanted. Those are the strikes. Got a $3.20 credit, a $2 actually debit, closed the trade, made over $1 on that trade. Next, and as you can see, if I didn't take that, this thing would have definitely went worse and got worse if I wouldn't have just went on and took the profit once I saw it. And that's the other thing when it comes to volatility. I'm seeing volatility being up or down can definitely has big impact on these trades. That's the other thing that I've noticed. So it's going to get where I will get where I take a little bit closer at volatilities at times when I'm placing these trades, if I want to actually trade it or not trade it. I'm still taking a look at that. Again, on Wednesday, again, the Iron Condor, $2.20. We were able to close it for $1.60. Again, this is one of those days where it was, and as you can see, I got out of it a little late. So again, me going after my 11 o'clock, even a full hour after my 11 o'clock, the market just, I don't know why volatility was just staying high on this thing, why the option price was staying high, why this thing was still just going sideways. It was one of those crazy things, didn't know it was going to happen later, and I guess maybe it was an announcement here is what happened, and why volatility was just staying, these options were staying inflated, and I couldn't get the normal, be able to buy this back at the normal price like I would have by this time. So that's one of the things when I'm talking about volatility. But let's go down to Thursday and see what happened that day. On this day right here, this was looked like another 25% day, and another day that I actually got out of it late. It actually came down, and at this time I went through the little pain, but I didn't panic because of me being a directional trader. It was at a point where I was kind of like expecting a bounce, and I did get my bounce, and I was able to get out of the trade like soon after that bounce is what happened. So and the other thing, this trade was at a point where the 25% could have been taken earlier, and I didn't take it. Again, this is one of the things that like I said, is beginning to get ingrained in my brain. Take the 25%. If it's not where you want it to be by this time, by that 10 o'clock, 10:30 time, take the 25%. So, but let's go ahead and go look at today and wrap this on up on the charts, and then we'll take a quick look at the account information on this one right here. Again, let me again, if I hadn't mentioned before, these purple lines are my range lines where I'm selling, and where I'm selling my puts and where I'm selling my calls. These other lines are just pivot lines. The dashed lines are my custom pivot lines. The yellow, green, and white line are SVE pivots. Your pivot line, your R1, your R2, and then there's an R3 up there, and this is your support 1 and your support 2 down there. This brown line is a previous day low. Then I usually have a previous day high line also, which might be this line right here, and they let me know that I'm trading above previous day high. That's one of the other things that I have on these charts, these indicators that you're looking at, or these lines that you're looking at. But that's pretty much it. I only got it this morning. I only got it like a $2.05 credit. I saw that credit go up a little bit more in the live account and all. The virtual account, I usually just take the feel that it gives me. And again, I only took 20 cents on this trade. I really got 25 cents actually on this trade. I should correct that, but it was 25 cents. It actually closed at $1.80, not $1.85. I had it set for $1.85, and it closed at $1.80. And it was better than that, But I also had an appointment that I was supposed to have been at 11:30, so I knew I was late, and I just went on and closed. I had to close the trade, and that's one of the other little things that I have to with myself. I got to decide if I have something that's going on that day, should I trade or don't trade. But that's pretty much on the trades, and as you can see, this trade, if I would have tried to stay into it later, it would have been another time that I could have maybe got a little bit more on the trade and all, but if I would have held on it too long, I don't know what was happening here. Volatility probably was going up, the trade maybe even got worse, and then right here it was the mother of all losses again. I don't want that to happen. That's not going to happen again, and that's pretty much on the trades. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the numbers in the account and all, and this is it right here. That's just the 31st. You got the 31st at the top. This is Friday. Again, 205, 180. Like I said, I got 25 cents on that. And all I'm doing, I'm getting where I'm being pretty disciplined in this particular account. All I'm trading is this SPX because that's what I want to see. And on this day, on the 30th, I did $2.30 credit, $1.70 debit, and you can see the strikes and the spread. And then on this day, one day I tried to do a live account, and a lot of times I put my live accounts and my virtual accounts in separate accounts. But I'm watching this virtual account just mainly, and it was profitable. But this doesn't go onto my spreadsheet on this thing. But again, a $2. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right one. $2.20 credit, close it for $1. Make sure I'm looking at the right one. $1.60 on that. Again, around that 25%, plus or minus a little bit, and let's go on down here to here, and on this day right here, I ended up $2.30, and that's where I got that $1.20 credit. and all on that particular day. And then on this day right here, it was $2.15 a dollar. I got that dollar credit on that particular day. And then and this is where I made an error the first day of the week, and all Mondays, I had got a $2.25 credit, and I was trying to set it for $1.10. I usually like setting it for that dollar a little bit more to get me out of that trade, and I ended up doing it for $2.10, and it got me out of that trade. And I just went back and I placed it right away, and set my debit correctly. As you can see, the numbers down here on the account itself. Option buying power this month, I am up 200,000. But what I realized for the first couple, now I'm going to go ahead and kind of sum up. Let's switch over to the spreadsheet. Well, no, I won't switch over to the spreadsheet at this time. I'll just go ahead and explain to what's going on here. The first couple of weeks, I was trading 200 contracts. I will not ever probably trade. Well, I can't say never. I would not be trading, no 200 contracts even in a year from now, $200,000 per trade. That's one of been my whole big thing, even with me here in the past few years. It's not even having, a lot of money in my account available for me to trade, because I will trade it. That's the thing. So, but I know I'm not going to even have $200,000 in the account to where I'll be making a $200,000 trade. So I brought it back down to where I'm only going to, the maximum that I will trade is the 100 contracts, which is a $100,000 trade. But I have made, and that's why, again, the account was up, and that's why that 1 week I was able to take that big loss and not really hurt the account that much, because I was up way more than what I really expected to be, actually trading this strategy. I really didn't know. I was expecting to try to make $100,000 a month, but I was up already over $100,000 a month, and I just wanted to see, okay, let's take a hit and see what happens. And the hit was a really pretty good hit, but it really wasn't that bad. And I'll switch over to the spreadsheet. I'm not going to let you see all the details on that, but it was a big hit, believe me, but you will see the week ended up being down for the week after the hit. That's how big it was. I'm not even used to that. But let's switch over to the other screen on the spreadsheet, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this all up. Where's my thing to switch screens? And I'll share this item, say OK. And you should be seeing the spreadsheet. I hope those numbers, that is big enough. I can increase this just a little, and let me do it all the way up here too. Because what you're seeing here, that minus 29,000, that's what I had lost last week. I thought it was going to be up, but once everything settled and I really looked at the numbers, I realized it was down almost 30,000 that week. It really wasn't. It's bad, but based on what I end up making, a week, now back down to the 100 contracts, I can see, it would have took me a whole week to make up that loss but it can be done. The thing is just get where I don't have those type of big losses, and I won't have those type of big losses and I'm going to be okay doing that. And if I can get where I'm making anywhere from, again, like one guy was trying to tell me, he thought $10,000 a week. Because again, if you're doing $10,000 a week, that's $40,000. That's $10,000 a week. Is only that's around 40,000. That's 400,000. So you need to make $20,000 a week. You need to be making at least $5,000 a trade, to do that. When I'm counting, at least most of the time you got at least 4 days in the week to make those trades. So, and I'm doing okay when it comes to that. Don't look at this particular. I was going to increase this font size for you guys, let me do that. I'll do that right quick here, just so you can see them. And I don't know how much it's going to. It did okay. I just increased it just a little bit. That should be better. This right here was just commissions would eat up over half of that, and you only clear $500 on that trade, because commissions are almost $1,000 on this. So if I'm clearing, that $10,000 a trade, which it wasn't quite there after commission, it was there on this trade after commission. Only $5,000 here on this one after commission. Only $5,000 there after commission. And again, this was today. I ended up just saying I got to get out of this trade, and I was looking at it saying I needed to get at least. I was looking to say I needed to get at least $2,000 to make at least $1,000 today. So, and this total week, you can take, I would almost take, for 5 days, I would take $5,000 off this, saying $1,000 a day in commissions. to say that I cleared 30,000. So $30,000 a week would definitely get me over, that $100,000 a month, where I can get to that whole $1 million for the year. So I'm seeing that it is possible. There's no doubt in my mind that I will be able to do this if I can place the order with 100 contracts and get filled and all. So that's my big hurdle. It's the number of contracts, and see if I'm gonna be able to do that. Other little things is kind of like what I kind of already said. 200 contracts down to 100 contracts. Make sure I'm in front of the computer early enough to actually place the trade and get the trade in. I usually like having it in before 9:40, ideally. Between 9:30 and 9:35, but right at 9:35 is okay. I want to be looking at exiting the trade at 10 a.m. Eastern time, then if possible. Again, I'm looking only to be in this trade 30 minutes or so. And a lot of days it's close. But by 10:30, I'm setting to be out of this trade for that 25%, which is going to be close to this like this 6,000 number. So if I'm getting 5 days and getting $20,000, $25,000, a week, again, that gets me to over that $100,000, a month. So that's what I'm targeting, I'm going to have to see how well it actually works. But that is the numbers, and for the first month, we'll switch back over to the other screen. It's showing 200,000, but I'm seeing that 100,000 is definitely doable. So let's switch back over and wrap this on up. I'll let you see the numbers. I always forget it's over here, over here, over here, and say done. And I'll minimize this. This is a Right Side Trader. Hope this is being helpful for some to see, something that you can practice, you can work on to see if you're able to do this. And again, the other thing that you need to really look at is commissions. Look at this commissions right here and fees for the first month, $26,000. If you can make that if you can make that in a month, you're happy. Just what paying in fees. But again, it's closer. It's over 10%, and so that's a lot of commissions and fees. This particular broker, I'm pretty sure, if I can't negotiate anything to get something better than that, I won't be trading here. I have a couple other brokers that I would have to transfer money over to. No, don't need to go there. This is just something. This is what you need to be aware of. These numbers here. This number more so than anything. This number is not quite. Next month is going to be a month with the full 100 contracts and not the 200 contracts mixed in there anywhere. So we have to kind of like wait and see. And the other small trades that I made, they don't really have any big impact on that number anyway. Where I traded the 10 contracts and stuff. So again, that's in there, but I didn't show it on my spreadsheet. And on my spreadsheet, based on what I've been seeing, I think I can see 100,000 a month. So, and that's it. That's all I really want to share. This is Right Side Trader. Hope this is being helpful for some, to see how you need to maybe approach, training yourself. If you don't want to get a trainer or a coach, you need to do something. That's the whole thing. I'm actually I'm doing this, and I've been doing it long enough, and I've done this trade before, just smaller. And I know how bad it could bite you back then, It's one of the reasons that we usually end up stopping this trade. You get a loss, on one of these trades, and it kind of like wipes you out for not just a week, but me trading it the way I'm trading it now, it can wipe you out for a month if you're trading it too big. That's the whole thing. So practice, get you a coach, get somebody who can walk you through this stuff if you don't know what's going on. There are some good people out there who give you a lot of information about this stuff, find them, if you think that's going to be helpful. But we can help here also, and I can talk to you about it also. But again, this is something that most people probably should just stay away, because you can lose so much money, and if you're not in the right mindset when it comes to greed and fear, this trade will slap you all over the place, and that's it. That's all I want to share. This is Right Side Trader. Have a good week. Hope you had a good week and have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. First month though, made it. That's it. Have a good one. Bye.